HP Bergie asks, with the rumors that LeBron wants to play with his son, do you think teams will actually reach on Bronny in the draft just to get that LeBron revenue? Also, do you think LeBron is the dad of the century for basically guaranteeing his son makes the NBA? I understand that Bronny might actually be good enough to deserve the hype, but it's just kind of funny that he's making the league either way. Final thought, it would be funny if LeBron started the rumors just so that his son would get drafted, but then never actually meant to follow through on it. I don't know enough about Bronny to comment on, would it be a reach at a certain spot to talk specifics. I do know that, like, just social media wise, like, there's the hype train there, sort of independent of him being LeBron's son. Like, there are actual, like, the highlight reels I've seen that, like, he just does things that kind of make my mind like spin around. And I've actually read, I'm not in preparation of this just because I like, he's getting to the point where it's fine, but like, I get a little cringy when we're talking about like scouting. Like, he was a preteen at one point and this was sort of in the ether. I do think he's considered a real NBA prospect. I don't know how high up he is. I thought about texting some people in the biz that I trust, some draft experts as well, but I just decided it not worth it just yet because I wanted to answer the question thusly. If it's a matter of drafting Bronny because you actually guarantee yourself getting the LeBron revenue, I'm going to tell you right now, there's absolutely a team that's going to do that. And you know why? Because there are teams like the Kings and the Hornets and the Knicks who exist to be mediocre or to grab headlines or to talk themselves into players that are either, I think in the Knicks case, we've seen a lot, even the Hornets a little bit, like over the hill, but the opportunity to have LeBron. And I also just like, even if it's an organization that's typically thought more even keeled about patience and process and doesn't skip steps, just to have LeBron for a year, that means a shit ton of revenue to a lot of teams. And if LeBron's still playing well, and it's so if you're a team that's like, you think maybe you were injured last season, or you still feel like you're one player away because your youth is like, if you're the Rockets of that year, let's say, and you have all these younger players in place, now you add Bronny, but LeBron is still good because his player option is for the age 39 season. I absolutely think it would happen, or it could happen. Will it? I kind of think it depends really on which teams have like picks in that draft and where they are and how Bronny is scouted. But if you said like, could I see a team drafting him in the first round if he's not considered a first round prospect? Absolutely. That's without question. If we're talking about you're in the lottery, he's considered a second round prospect or a fringe first round prospect, I'd probably vote no. But if he's considered a lottery prospect, late lottery, and you're like in the top 5, but you're not in one of the, generational talent range for some reason, yeah, I could see a team doing that. That being said, what's interesting is that LeBron just said he wants to play with his son before he leaves the league. And could someone, if anyone out there is listening to this who will ever interview Bronny, could we ask Bronny if he wants that? I'm not saying LeBron's not a good dad and Bronny doesn't appreciate LeBron, but like, you're going to be this young adult with really your first taste of that level of freedom. And now your dad's just all of a sudden going to be hanging around like with you and your teammates. Can we ask Bronny if he wants this? Just, I'm concerned because I know, I mean, I'm a terrible example because I hated my father, but like, just like, I wouldn't have wanted my parents around if I'm 19 and this is my first time really, like, I know LeBron has traveled a lot, but like your first real just sample of complete independence, and then your dad's just there. So can we ask Bronny if this is okay with him first? But anyway, LeBron's player option, age 39 season, like he never said it would be Bronny's first season in the league. And so I think that will factor into it. If LeBron's not, I don't ever want LeBron to retire because we make jokes about LeBron as we should. But like, he's so good. I just appreciate that dude so much. And he's made my career just so much more enjoyable and meaningful for me. And so if it's going to be his last season in the league that he's playing with Bronny, I hope it doesn't happen until down the line. And that will be part of the calculus if you're a team, right? Because if you're not immediately going to get LeBron, if you know in that instance you're only going to get LeBron in his final season, and this next upcoming season doesn't happen to be his final season, then yeah, I don't think that you would make that decision. So I think that it's being hyped up a little too much in the sense that LeBron hasn't promised that he's going to play with Bronny as soon as he enters the league. So that's my stance on it. If he does, if that is the promise, yes, a team will absolutely draft Bronny higher than expected to get a crack at LeBron. But I want people to ask Bronny if that's what he wants. I'm very concerned, clearly.